Hello, this is Jay. I'm going to do a quick demo of Power BI, and I would like to say that I'm not advocating for or against Power BI. This is just for demo purposes, just to enlighten everyone so they know what is possible. And so here is the .dat file, which actually is downloaded from the SAM website. This is the SAM public data, and it is human readable. So if you actually open it up in a text editor, I use Notepad++. This is the data that gets downloaded. I have cleaned it up a little bit, and I had to add the variable titles because annoyingly they actually have the titles in a separate file. So I have actually cleaned this up a little bit, but this is essentially the raw data. There's 727,829 lines of data. Well, -1 for the title row. We'll close that and open up Power BI, which is a downloadable program from Microsoft. The desktop Power BI is free. And here is the initial screen of Power BI. And the first thing we want to do is actually bring that data into the environment, the Power BI platform. So I'm going to hit get data, and these are all of the options that are available to bring in data into Power BI. You can see a lot of them are Azure related, different data stores, databases, data lakes, MySQL database, Oracle database, SQL Server. For this, we're going to use text, CSV, because it is in a text format that's human readable, even though the file name is .dat. I could actually rename it to .txt. It would retain the data, but I'm going to go ahead and just use text CSV. Hit connect, and now I will go to the data file, open it up. Okay, well here's a sample of what the data looks like. It doesn't actually open the entire file at first. You go to transform data. There we go. Essentially, we have Excel. I mean, there are a lot more things you can do with the Power Query editor than you can with Excel. But actually, I'm going to go here and change these data types. Right now, they're just essentially numbers. So I'm going to go and convert those to dates. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I think I've got enough that we can work with. Now I'll hit close and apply. Right, there are 45,000 errors, but we are going to ignore those because I'm sure they're just quirks in the data that I didn't catch when I was doing the data conditioning. And it will just ignore the data rows depending on what we're trying to do with the data. Okay, so over here we can see all of our data variables. There should be, I think there's about 150 of them. And go ahead and just kind of play around with the data. I'll just create a bar chart. Could do business start date maybe. You just drag it over to the axis field, and you can see the visualization is updating. Actually, we don't need quarter or month. And maybe we can do cage codes, business type. Do business type and values. You can see it changed the count of business type so that we have a numeric value. And there we can see time on the bottom and count of the business type on the vertical axis. Just make this bigger and center it. Let me filter the year so that we can actually kind of see what's going on. I'll say everything above year 2000. Okay, there we go. So this is basically saying the number of business types has increased over the years. I'm not sure why, but that would be a different discussion. I'm just going to leave it like that. You kind of get the idea, but there's a ton of different visualizations you can use. In fact, there's a big community that actually creates customized visuals, and we can even create customized visuals ourselves. I think they're written in JavaScript, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. There's even ArcGIS maps. Ooh, what else do I need to do? I'm just going to go ahead and publish this, actually. You want to save your changes. Save. I'm just going to save this to my desktop. Maybe just Sam. Okay, so it actually just reached out into my Power BI account online, which is shown right here. I logged in ahead of time. And I created a Power BI demo workspace. So it actually reached out and grabbed my different workspaces that I had created. And this is the Power BI demo. So I'm going to publish this dashboard to this Power BI demo workspace. Right, it is done. I will remind you guys that it the data is about 530 megs, I think. So for my computer, that's pretty big. As it was actually uploading, I realized that the values of the counts of business types seems rather large. I very seriously doubt there's 37,000 different business types present in 2019. Seems like it was actually counting the businesses themselves, so that's something we would have to look into. And now, if we go into Power BI Cloud, you can see our data was published and the report, the dashboard, was also published. And when I say published, I meant to my account in cloud. I have not yet shared it externally of my account. And here is the dashboard with the erroneous count of business type. You can also make edits and add things, different tabs, different visualizations and everything actually within the Power BI cloud. So you don't necessarily need the desktop program, but the desktop program is, I feel like it has a lot more features. And so now we can export this dashboard as a PowerPoint, PDF, or analyze it in Excel. I think the data would actually be exported to Excel, not necessarily the visualization itself, but I'm not sure. And go to share. We can share the report. For my website, I used this, published to web. It actually gives you a link, I believe. Yeah, it's the HTML. So I think I just copied the HTML and just inserted it into my own website. Actually, I guess when I generate a QR code, it automatically gives whoever I send the QR code to permission to view it. So if you guys pause the video and download the Power BI app on your phones, and then open up the app and scan the QR code right here, it should import the dashboard that I've created right here. And so that's one way to go mobile. And I think I'll leave it there. Oh, I'll give you guys the QR code to the other app while I'm here. The original one that I built for Sam, where you can query the DUNS numbers.